What's good, my fellow stock market trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome back to Touchdown Trades, the #1 and realest penny stock trading and investing channel on all of the YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 3 cannabis penny stocks. Why are we talking about these cannabis stocks right now? Well, a member of the U.S. House of Representatives just introduced a bill to federally legalize and decriminalize cannabis and MJ here in the United States. This is huge for a sector that has been absolutely crushed. Cannabis stocks were all the rage just a couple of years ago, and they went wild and went on huge runs, but they have sold off. The volume has died down, and these stocks just kind of withered away and were forgotten. But forgotten no more they are. They are back on fire. They're back on the move. So today we're going to be analyzing the bill that is set to be voted on next week, and we're going to be talking about my top cannabis stocks, so you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. All right, so if you partake, fired up, I got mine right here. I got mine rolled up, you know what I'm saying? So fire yours up and let's break it down and let's get it, folks. But before we get started, go ahead, do me a favor after the video's over. Check out the link in the description for Moo. If you like free money, I know I like me some free money. I like free anything. Moo's partnered up with the channel to offer you guys 5 free stocks. They are the broker, commission-free broker that I use every day, trade with them every day, and do all my videos using their platform. Their charts are absolutely stupid. They are legit, and the desktop platform is legit as well. And if you sign up with my link, you're going to get 1 free stock. You don't even have to deposit any money. You're going to get a free stock. You deposit $100 or more, you get another free stock guaranteed to be a share of Neo. And then you get 4 more free stocks, and one of those free stocks, if you deposit, I think if it's $1,000 or more, you get another share of Lucid. So you're just getting free stocks left and right. Check out that link after the video's over. All right, so I got the SPY chart pulled up on the screen. Let's look at the overall market first, and then we'll dive into these cannabis penny stocks and talk about the bill that was just introduced. All right, so we had the Russia sell-off, as I'm calling it. We found support, and over the last week, look at this run-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of green in a row. We had a little bit of a pullback, and then 2 more days of green. So the market has been really strong. Obviously, there's going to be a pullback no matter what direction we're headed over the next couple of months. We could see a little bit of a pullback and then a ramp up and a retest of all-time highs, or we could roll back over. Who knows? I'm not saying I know what's going to happen, but I do think, folks, I do think there's going to be some really good trades in these cannabis penny stocks to be had. I think there's going to be some money made in these MJ penny stocks, so let's break it down. All right, first, let's talk about this bill that this House of Representatives member, this congressman, just introduced to get passed or not passed into legislation. All right, so the U.S. House of Reps plans to vote on a bill to federally legalize Mary Jane for the 2nd time in history next week. This bill is going to be voted on next week. Congressional leadership confirmed on Thursday of last week. The body will take up the MJ Opportunity, Reinvestment, and Expungement, aka the MORE Act, a bill sponsored by House Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler, a Democrat from New York. An earlier version of the measure cleared the chamber last session, aka was passed in the House, but later stalled in what was then the Republican-controlled Senate. Why is this important? This bill passed in the Democrat-controlled House in 2020, but then failed in the Republican-controlled Senate. So Democrats are obviously going to be more likely to pass a bill of this nature. Republicans, being more conservative, are going to be a little less quick to pass a bill when you have something like this in it. But I think things are starting to change even on the Republican side of the aisle. And it doesn't really matter, though, because we have a Democrat-controlled Senate as well SNDL now. So it is probably more likely that this bill is passed today or next week than it was in 2020. And it cleared the House in 2020. So I am expecting this bill to clear the House in 2022 when it's voted on next week. But it doesn't really matter because I'm not looking at these penny stocks as long-term investments. I'm looking to buy the rumor and sell the news. Usually when you have news come out, then all the smarter, sharper investors and traders have already made their play and they're getting out and selling into the hype and FOMO. That's what I'm going to be looking to do. I'm not looking to make a gamble on whether this bill passes the House or the Senate. I'm not looking to gamble on this. What I'm looking to do is let the retail buying hype run these stocks up, get in on a dip, and sell the rip, baby. Sell that rip. Buy that dip, sell that rip. That's what we're going to be looking to do in this situation. The legislation, which would remove cannabis from the list of federally controlled substances and promote social equity in the industry, cleared the Judiciary Committee again this session, and activists have been pushing for a floor vote this month. Rumors of the potential floor action next week began circulating on Wednesday, with sources telling this publication that while nothing has been confirmed yet, the official vote scheduling appeared imminent based on high-level discussions they were familiar with. I've heard personally through my confidential sources that this bill will be potentially voted on next Wednesday. All right, next Wednesday is a date that I'm looking at personally. Now, House leaders have officially placed the cannabis legislation on a list of bills they plan to take up on the House floor next week. The Rules Committee will officially take up the measure in a meeting on Monday afternoon to prepare it for floor action. That vote will not be happening on Monday. That is just to kind of get it ready to be voted on, including by determining which amendments will be allowed to advance for consideration. All right, so the last time the MORE Act went to the floor, it passed in a 228 to 164 vote, with just 5 Republicans joining their Democratic colleagues in advancing the reform. However, one of the Republican dudes who voted to pass this bill in 2020 just died like last week, so that is one less Republican vote that they can count on. All right, so the move to hold another vote on the cannabis legislation bill comes weeks after congressional Democrats held a closed-to-press session at a party retreat that included a panel that largely centered on the reform legislation. I wonder if these Democrats at this party retreat were burning. Were they smoking the devil's lettuce? Were they rolling up? Were they hitting that sticky icky? That Zaza, the runts? I wonder, they probably had that fire medical grade shit, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let's look at the charts and talk about what stocks I'm looking at. Ticker number 1 that I will be focusing on is SNDL, Sundial Growers. This is one of the usual suspects, the prime suspects. Anytime there's hype or FOMO or volume coming into the cannabis sector, this penny stock usually sees a big move, and this occasion is no exception to that rule. If we back out and look at this thing's chart, look at the moves that this stock is known for putting in. All right, so we had a move from the 13-cent area all the way up to almost $4 a share this was in a few years ago, and we have since sold off. But along the way, there's been really big 300 or 400% moves all along the way, and right now we're in the midst of one of those moves. We have already seen over the last week and a half or so a move from 40 cents all the way up to 80 cents, a 100% move. So I'm not going to be chasing. I'm not going to be buying this thing up at 80 cents. What I am going to be looking is to buy in the middle of this range near support. All right, so this range that we're currently trading in, 40 cents up to 80 cents. We don't want to be buying at the top of the range. We want to be buying on pullbacks into support. So where do we have support? right down here at the 62-cent price point, or 63-cent price point. What I'm going to be trying to do is buy a pullback into this support area, boom, and look for a pop back into that 80-cent area. Doesn't look like that big of a move, but if you can get in at like 62 cents and sell at 80 cents, that's more than a 25% move, a monster move, a big winner. And that's what we're looking for, those winners, buying that dip and selling that rip. All right, let's move on to ticker number 2, which is going to be TLRY, Tilray. Tilray is another one known for massive moves. I remember when this move happened back here. It was a monster short squeeze where we went from $4.40 all the way up to $67 per share. It was just 6 or 7 day stretch of just boom. You wake up and the thing was just, everybody was talking about it. The thing was just going nuts. Let's look at this chart. Same situation goes here. We got support right down here on Tilray at like the 685 area. Right now we're trading at 850. So I'm going to be waiting for a pullback. You get your pullback, you buy into that support, and you look for the breakout. Not going to be chasing. We're not the bag holder losers that buy high and sell low. We're looking to buy lower, sell higher. That's the name of the game. Not to chase, not to get stuck and become a bag holder. Looking to make money here, not get stuck in a stock that could sell off. Why am I not looking to hold these as a long-term investment? Well, right now, the biggest players in the game are based in Canada. All right, so most of these are Canadian-based stocks. I think over the course of time, as legislation becomes more lax in the United States, we're going to see US-based cannabis companies come to light and become big. And once that happens, these Canadian-based cannabis companies, sure, they may maintain their stronghold in Canada, but they may lose some of their footing in the United States, which could hurt them from a stock price standpoint, a valuation standpoint, and I'm not looking to play that game. I'm also not looking to gamble on whether this bill gets passed or not. I don't care if this bill gets passed or not. I'm looking to ride the hype. You know, Monday and Tuesday, if the bill is voted on Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday, all over social media, this is what everyone is going to be talking about. So when all the retail traders are coming in and chasing, I want to be riding that hype higher and selling into it. And whatever happens on Wednesday when this bill is voted on, it won't matter to me because I've already locked in profit. I got in early at a low price point and locked in profit on the way up. All right, number 3, penny stock number 3, CGC is the ticker. That's Canopy Growth Company, another one known for big moves. All right, if we break this down from a technical analysis standpoint, this one's a little bit different because we're coming into resistance. All right, so I expect us not to be able to get through that resistance on the first try. If we come into it, fail, and get a little bit of a pullback, I'll buy that dip and look for it to retest the resistance and sell into that move. Maybe even hold on to a piece and look for the breakout through the resistance area we have up at the $9 area. Remember, I'm way too stupid to be a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so do your own research, do your own due diligence, and make your own decisions. But I'm just saying, I think these things have some moves heading into next week. There's going to be some big moves, and these are my top 3 cannabis penny stocks right now. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, deuces.